Let's see what's down here. Oh, a good one.
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Yeah, let's ask her that.
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Good.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Do you need the help of a policeman?
What with?
I don't know.
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
Maybe your husband is missing.
My husband? No, he's not.
Oh, well, where could he be?
I don't know. At home now?
We're just trying
drinking
to drum
with
up
his
some
friends?
police work for ourselves.
Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you really don't know where your husband
Yes,
is.
but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
I can totally help you find your missing husband.
Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't?
Yeah. Are your children missing?
No, absolutely not.
Alright, so where are they?
Are you a policeman or a nanny?
Police whatever I want. Where are they?
They are not missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance.
Wait, are they at home smoking cigarettes?
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Shamrock. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, down in
They're
Jamrock.
almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
Oh, I'm afraid the danger is now greater than ever. Tell me how old they are.
My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them.
Oh, describe them to me. Features that stand out. Something to make them identify a little easier.
Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Shamrock, safe and well, at some stupid party?
Did someone say party? You could use a party. Hunt it down.
It's for the investigation, I'm trying to be professional.
There is no investigation here. I can tell you that.
Okay, it must be asked then. What are you doing?
Alright, we worked it out.
Why are you
Her husband's not
pursuing
missing, her
this?
children aren't missing.
Is it
Maybe
a
your
hunch?
cockatoo is
I
missing.
don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing?
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
What?
Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing.
Alright, cockatoo not missing. I just wanted to make sure.
Great.
Just one more question. What did you mean by me being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Okay.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip. Get tasked.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Watch her browse books.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips
I
of
don't
her
actually wanna
fingers
watch her
rough
browse books.
The woman before you.
No experience for getting it. Alright, we actually do have a side quest to find my heraldic bird. I have a feeling that's going to cost us more money, and we already need to give $20 to the dude. Where was the heraldic bird option?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring
That's
the
the crime novels.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open.
Flew through the pages.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species and they all have behavioral problems.
Ooh, behavioral problems. That sounds like us.
You don't have behavioral problems. That's garbage. You're cool.
Oh, what about this guide to cockatoos, storekeeper?
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Oh. I want to buy the guide, but I want it to be cheaper.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around.
Alright, well, I guess,
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminole
The what?
Islands and in southern Fas a la Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues.
what more?
This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated.
Well, what problems do these birds have?
Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
I could handle that.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive.
Right, that's pretty bad. Anything else?
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
Mate, you need to cook them food every day. I'm sure the wild ones don't cook their own food on a daily basis. There has to be something great about cockatoos as
You're
well.
right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels. Ouch, that must hurt. Not great for the neighbors. Performing? Yes, birdie. This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it.
Read about the major majestic cockatoo.
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature.
Bumptious nature.
In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species.
Let's read about the most common bang bang cockatoo.
Despite its banging name, the bang bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Seminoles name, bang bang, is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins.
Honestly, this bird sounds a little bit like me.
Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
The grey and common bang bang. Only the funeral cockatoo in its darkness can truly grasp the depths of my doom-laden soul. Isn't that obvious? Major majestic here I can't. Oh, but what if I'm just a fuck-up-a-two? I'm a major majestic.
You're right. Your Majesty embodied. This big, beautiful bird belongs on your heraldry.
Alright, put the book away. Okay, the horseback monument became checkable or something? I don't know. We We found our... Oh, it is Tuesday, because it's got the quests we've done, like when we did them. That was ridiculous. Now it cost me $4. Roundabout north, Cape Side, something over here. If you had a bag in your hand, you could collect the bottles and sell them. We need to get a bag.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's a tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Can't we do something about it?
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Let's put a coin in.
Your money disappears into the coin slot. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry. Different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost.
Turn the knob to focus your vision.
The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. A half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it.
The ruins of some kind of... There are ruins of some kind of building there.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
I'm using binoculars.
Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Ardamakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
Reveals extra special edition tear bottles on the map. More money for selling tear. Oh, nice. Well, that's good if we get more money for selling tear. Now we just have to work out how to get a bag. Got a bag?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently
poor little viewer.
inaccessible. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism, shake your head.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffiti covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericanasis, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericanassian Church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards.
Very cool.
Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Is that a bag for tar? Oh. Okay, so now we can get tar, which is great. And we can sell it at the freight. Splutter of bullet holes in the wall.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Look closer
The
first.
faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient.
Kim, look, bullet holes.
Where?
Point to the chips in the wall. Someone has been shot. We're cops, we should solve it.
There? Those are old.
What do you mean old?
These bullets were fired during the Revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation.
What can you tell me about the revolution?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Okay. Equip this to collect hair from the streets. Oh, yeah. And we go dumpster diving. Do, 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 do. I wonder how much we can carry. Wonder if we'll find any in stores.
Whoa, what have we here?
A bridge.
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Kim, looks like we've got a construction code violation.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, think about the splinters.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Yeah. A cormorant. I watched a video the other day about cormorant fishermen. Rue de Saint Ghislaine, roundabout north. Is that a dumpster?
Hey! Up here, Piggo!
Oh, really? They were doing it with like long strands of grass, tying them around the neck to stop them from swallowing the birds, swallowing the fish. And then what they were doing is, whenever the bird brought in a really big fish, they'd give them one of the little ones. Earlier boat shines like it was recently painted. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than I'll ever earn my entire life. Aww. Speak to rich guy.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce.
Oh, she tries to shake our hand.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What does the L stand for?
Peyton, my maiden name.
What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
How did you know I was at... Wait, never mind.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Should my encyclopedia knowledge already know that?
Technically,
Oh,
the neighboring Ozone and Fas a la Mer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It is not an archipelago.
well, let's... Wait, I thought Loculio was one big island.
Okay, if you want to get technical. The point is, we're all on islands here, and sail is still the most expedient way to get from one island to another, especially when you're in a hurry to resolve a strike.
No, still haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Yes, I do.
Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Okay. Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Oh, well, what type of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
Oh. How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Shut up, Kim. Do you have a license?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Let's talk about the economics of this boat you're on.
Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Yes, exactly.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator.
Then what does that say? Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A? 33A? This old proletarian haunt here? As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
Oh, we're gonna lose. Change the subject.
Anyway,
I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
good.
Yeah, she's the union buster, that's right. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Ah, so what did they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Who are the other Indo-tribes?
Saint-Baptiste, LUM, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate
Fish.
employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
Ah, a wave hits the sloop. It was a wave.
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Probably helps to start out with a royal monopoly.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
What does a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
That's a lot.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
I don't know if I want to do that.
The octopus that straddles Revachol, the Emergencies Act, is the cornerstone of post-war Revachol, inseparable from the world it created.
Apparently we do want to do that.
Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the MAM means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
Leave it alone.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
Oh yeah, what's your role? Precisely.
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Jean-Luc, my race mentor. So the strike is connected to the lynching?
Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later.
How are the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
Right.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird spot the union has where it's like, well, we don't have to get all of our demands this time. We'll just take one and go on strike again. And then we'll go for the demands. And then we don't have to get them all because if we get one, we'll just go on strike again.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it?
And she pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Seems like they have no idea about business.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Most of them probably doesn't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its
Welcome back,
Martinez
Jurgen.
terminal.
Yeah.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
The workers can't be kings. The king is king.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out. No, wait. The chief negotiator heard it from a man at the gates. Surely the Wild Pines Group has more effective channels of information. After all, 2,200 people are on strike. This is a big deal for them.
The scabs at the gate. Did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Yeah,
Don't let her answer it herself.
let's call them strike breakers.
If these strike breakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Nice. Tell me about the union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is
Oh.
fantastically
She's being
corrupt.
sarcastic.
I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
He can't be that bad.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there's two of him?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Nice.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
About the union itself outside the Brothers Clare.
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrart and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
Well... I'd prefer not have an opinion.
Of course, officer.
And one more thing, you said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
Word for word.
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the Union's files.
Some kind of extortion, probably?
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter.
Right.
The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Got it.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
Well, can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets.
Ooh.
For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Uh-oh.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi, from Precinct 57.
Uh-oh.
And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, detective?
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city... Nothing.
Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Well, that's why it's the truth.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Yeah, but I can't roll that. Let's talk about something else until I do.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
Yeah.
Of
Thank
course,
you.
Detective.
Alright, what do we have here? I think that's just the bottles, right? Temporary research bonus, none. Oh, that's not good. Oh, we don't have a spot either. Okay.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
I mean, Hobocop was an option, man. You had to, right? That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
At first, where is this Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
An honourable goal. How do you bring about these circumstances?
Incrementally.
Ooh.
Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed.
No.
History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
Yeah, but what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Sounds incredible. Let's go there right now.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Oh, right. Then let's get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
-2 to half-life? Oh. Doesn't sound very good. Alright. I think that is the oh wait, what's that? So there was more construction here once decades ago. That's the perfect time to put in a proper save. We got lots of little side quests and stuff. Like, there's heaps in here. So that's when we got them. Oh, we still haven't inspected the body. Oh, which we can, which we can do because we did get the ammonia. But we're on this side of the place now, I guess.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Well, knock on it.
The door rattles against your knuckles. but there's no response.
I know how to do this. We knock again.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
All right, hold on. Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete floor.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply.
All right, we leave. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint? Oh, there's a big paint trail, yeah.
Yeah, you better keep
The
walking.
streets will flow red once more. A great torrent
Cindy the
rushing
Skull.
down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
No, we just want to know your name. No need to get defensive.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
A brush, an artist. The red splatter is urban expressionism.
I don't know. You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully toward Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Okay.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
You mean Joyce?
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor.
Well, she's on the older side, and we're clearly no spring chicken ourselves. You know. What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Right.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
I mean, there is a much simpler solution to the not even a trash can fire problem. So you don't know what to write.
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cads. And my name's not Mona, so...
I have an opinion on this. You want to hear it?
Yeah?
I'm gonna have to stop you. It's hooliganism.
Let's be realistic. What are you going to do? Climb up there?
Yeah, probably not.
You heard your partner, Piggy. I'm unstoppable.
Fair enough. Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
All right.
Actually, there is a
There is a big
of
shortage. Everyone else tells us
in
they're
a
not a
normal,
squealer.
Calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Later, Cindy.
Watch your back,
She's mean. Can we see that from here? No, but apparently he knows where he's going, so we're just gonna watch him walk. Hang on, I found a can. Oh, hang on, what was that?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at this wall? In case I want to come up with a mural for myself. Oh, look, there's Kuno's friend. Hi, Kuno's friend. How do you like us now that we're on this side of the wall?
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Are you sleeping, idiot?
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
No.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
Oh, that was picking up the bottles, probably.
Trying to sneak up on...
Actually, I don't want to hear it. Ah. What's this? God knows won't be useful till the snow melts, that's fair. Balcony with a view of the hanging. There's someone up there who could see it.
What's that noise down there?
Yo, dude.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Okay.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
You hiding something? No, no trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on
I don't
here.
want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
Yes.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Okay, looks like you got a good view. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How
What's your friend's real
intriguing.
name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette.
Can you tell me
Under
your
the
name?
grey sky,
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
No, it's not.
that's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Alright, we'll talk later.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going. Good luck with the investigation.
Okay.
He's gone.
We should run after him and see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again.
Yeah. But before we do, I'm just going to walk over here. Because there may or may not be bottles I can pick up. Closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Okay, we can't get to any of those. What's that on the floor?
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud.
Turn it over.
Maybe there's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Okay. We got a lot of stuff then. So, oh, we got clothes. +1 reaction speed, but we lose rhetoric. Oh, and facing drama. What does our shirt have? Conceptualization, but less suggestion. Smoker on the balcony. Alright, we need to get a point somewhere. I wonder if we want to put points into this or if we want to go for more headspace stuff. Like, these look like they could be really good to, like, you get more points. I think once you've found the points you want, like, you actually get more here. This is really interesting, though. Like, if we forget one, do we have to learn it again? Why would you want to have -2 points on these? It's a temporary research bonus, but what do you get when you find it? Let's grab one of these. Let's grab that one. What is half light? Oh, I don't care if I'm missing out on those. All right, let's internalize Kingdom of Conscious. It's only gonna be an hour 25. What are these glasses? Flip up glass deodor. +1 logic. Oh yeah, minus authority. That's alright. Let's put those on. They're not quite made it to our inventory yet. An old shoe rack, boot sneakers, and old slippers. Come in different sizes. Apartment 12, loud rumbling snore comes from within. One of the quests is get some booze into us. Find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand, equip it in the held slot, and magic will happen by its own. I wonder if we try and do this without getting this guy drunk or drugged at all. Like, I feel like this magic might be something he needs. Could be a big experience gain as well. Someone's watching us. There's a lot of stuff out here. Let's just see what else was on the inside first before going up floors. We also might want to go through that, all the apartments behind the bookstore. Since we've got a bag now, we might be able to find bottles to collect since we're going to need the money. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Someone has drawn 5-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. No reply.
Alright. If I put the cutters... Where are they?
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number
We need to
on the board says
raise our interfacing. So gloves for pass 1 interfacing. I wonder if physical gives us a help with that.
This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps.
After you, detective.
I'll put my electrochemistry back on. I don't think the physical instrument did anything. Poster of a white star. Revolutionaries posing with guns. Books on critical theory. What's that?
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kras Mazov. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kras Mazov in their bedroom?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
You have to admit, Kras Mazov has a striking resemblance to me.
Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Kras Mazov?
No, it's purely coincidental.
Sure it is.
How did we... Hear me for a moment. Don't you see the resemblance?
Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns.
Yeah.
But it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you.
Yeah, maybe this bust shows him before he started drinking.
Very well. Let's look for identifying features then. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you?
I can't tell, I can't see my face.
Alright, but here's the big thing. Kras Mazov looks Samaran, and you don't.
That's something we definitely don't have in common.
Good, so you're not him.
You're right, I'm really not.
It's decided. You are not the most famous philosopher of the modern period.
Okay, true. Alright, but he was a mass murderer and that's not cool.
He was definitely controversial. The tenant here seems to like him. There aren't many communists around.
We have an independent thought. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. Ooh, we got a jacket. That'll give us some conceptualization, which we could share. Well, hang on. That'll give us a conceptualization. Oh, that's jacket. Esprit de corps. I wonder what that does. So we could concept a lot of stuff. That had $5 in it.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door.
Knock again.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This is the police. Do I have to? Yeah. Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that.
It's generally easier to do things.
Yeah, that's fair. Postcard from Boogie Street. I wonder if we're supposed to be selling the... Hey, man without hair. Oh, internet went out when you went to eat lunch. That sucks, dude. That's the lady that wouldn't let us in.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't
How
you
goes
worry
the solving
about
crime
me.
drama? It's interesting.
Now, what do
We're not
you
solving
want
much.
from me, policeman?
Lots of drama.
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. We just want to talk to him.
Talk?
Hey, we found out we pawned our gun. So that's something.
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony.
Room 28.
It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this one.
Oh yeah, I used the petanque ball to play shot put.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
I have a few questions about the apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
One of the residents on vacation, their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
I ruined the game. I threw the ball in the ocean.
They probably just moved or died.
Who lives in
Hopefully
apartment 10?
somewhere else.
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman.
I'll go see what I can find out.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty
I said I
beer
played shot put with their
cans.
petanque ball. Who lives behind the padlock door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college.
Astrology?
Education's good. I always tell them to study. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the star and antlers? I think that's the symbol of communism.
The symbol of what and how?
You know, the ones who support the working class against the capital? Ideology, some noble aims, but used to justify terrible bloodshed. For loons who have no idea how economy works. That's probably the most accurate one. It's a symbol for contributing the demise of our noble state with a name someone made up. Communism, it's a political ideology.
Ah. All I know about politics is that it's brought us more harm than good.
Yeah. What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business.
Alright, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna go back down here. And I found the bag, so I've been collecting bottles.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Oh yeah, I flirted with fascism, and then we accidentally caught sexism, but we were able to shake that off. You love walking around with the bag for some reason? Well, I need to, because we've got to come up with $20 by the end of the day, or we don't get back into our room. Excuse me? Of course not.
You have plenty of reason to enter.
Then open the door so I can verify your identity. Oh, come on, there's a paw. Oh, come on.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
Hang on, are we gonna get messed up here? Oh, look at that. I got some shoes. Our shoes have composure, but no savoir-faire. These shoes have an indirect modes of taxation. That sounds like,
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
why didn't you just say that in the first place then?
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20 at least.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
I don't need your ID, I just need to ask you some questions.
Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in La Delta in an hour.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
I don't know, it looks like all the other places in here. I messed stuff up too. Sounds like they're reprehensible who lived here.
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
No.
A sudden serious look crosses her face. This story didn't have a happy ending.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
I glimpsed a foreclosed apartment down the hallway.
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
It couldn't have been that much money, yeah. These apartments are pretty shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable.
That's definitely a real estate spin on it.
I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
Yeah, that radio computer business is shut down.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
Wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
Oh.
Of course.
Does the cleaning lady want us to... I'll report back to the cleaning lady, she does.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was just the real estate agent setting up room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Lacks women and sexual deviants. I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow.
Yes. Well, I hope they're good people.
Your statements are
Okay. How's our Kingdom of Conscience? Okay. That one's locked up, but we can just... Broken window. Hole in the wall. Oh, there we go. Foreclosed by Martinez Realty. Hey, we can go speak to that girl who was being rude. And she's gonna freak out now. Let's go get a bottle first.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened.
Alright, let's go CSI.
A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line.
Oh, okay. Taking the ocean.
The waves of the Martinez Inlet rolled over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscured the better part of the remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean. Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt.
Oh, who did this?
A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned arches. They will reach the city in 58 seconds.
Sometimes you can know too much. Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city?
The Coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
Yeah.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
That's right, we have evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket, it's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
Is that government fuel oil?
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
You'd better hand it over.
Or what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands?
Later, Sydney. Door is locked. chair is new though. Someone lives there. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Oh, we got two thoughts. Cindy, 150 scary beneath the grate. Rats the city. So we'll have to ask her if she sleeps in here. Oh, we get some pants with electrochemistry. And some monies. Hey, we've got enough money to last us another night. And we've got bottles of tear in our tear bag. Yeah, electro pants. FAD.
Hello again, officers.
Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Do you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Yeah, that's true.
The inspiration will come to her.
Come on, let's see what she
once
says if we
Helen
ask if
is
she's a
set loose on the
miner.
Streets.
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens. Shoot, Piggy.
Oh, well. What is tear? Well, in this game, it's the bottles and cans we collect that we take to. I guess it's like it's a depository. They give you money for the used cans and bottles. Just a door. Nothing for us right now. No, nothing, Kim. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced.
Whereabouts
Someone
is the
here
blue interactive
really
point?
values their security.
That's his door. Usually it's just a thought. Like you click on it and he has a thought.
Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
I'll have to have a look.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Why tomorrow? What do you mean?
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.?
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Okay.
Tomorrow 9 p.m. right here. Apartment number 28.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him.
No, it's not related to HoboCop.
He's probably gone for today.
I think there was something that gives us more. If I'll just check it, maybe that gives us more. Yeah, no, HoboCop gives us extra ones on the map. So anyone can get them, but we can get more. We'll check the one at the bottom. Here we go. Complete silence. How do we get over this way? Here we go. Wait, I need to get over here. Hey, Jogan. Yeah, plus I got heaps of bottles. So when we sell those, we might even have more. I want to get up there, though. Yeah, okay, I picked that one up. It had money in it. And I don't know why it was coloured differently. Okay. We can go speak to, what was the other ones? So we do have some booze, so we can drink it, but I don't know if I want to. Let's see if we can shake this, guys. Oh, that's in the thing. We have to, actually we have to look at the body. I wonder if there's a... No, I was thinking about it. I wonder if there's a boozeless run achievement. I think it's because we're a super cop. And he knows it. Okay, I feel like I want to go through here and find bottles. I could click the bin there, have a look when we go back out. Do the bins keep refilling? Like, is there a chance that you could have a really slow playthrough and keep collecting stuff? There doesn't seem to be any bottles inside.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
What a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
Oh, that's right. We need the super pry bar for the
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make the mistake of kicking it with my foot again. Had a look in there. I'm guessing there's no stuff inside buildings. What's on the ground too? Like, you think you'd just stomp it.